So I've been living such a social lifestyle lately. I've just been sitting on my computer talking to all my internet friends, and I've been having a really good time. I mean, the only thing that I can complain about is my back's really been hurting lately. And I used to be like really fat, and I used to have scoliosis, and I'm just a little less fat now. But like I've been trying to sit up straight, and it's so tough with my monitors because they're so far down. And I spend so much time on the computer, and I just want my back to be okay again. And I don't want to be fat again. I don't want to be made fun of again. Does anyone know what I can do? I mean, my monitors are so low and my back is killing me. I'm fat again.
Listen to me right now, Chris. Listen to me right now. I have 3 quick points. 3 quick points. Point 1, I don't believe that you have been talking to anybody on the internet, and I don't believe that you have friends. Point 2, I might have a solution for your back and neck problem. Point 3, yeah, I mean, you are looking a little fat still. I'm sorry that I had to go there, but it's okay because I have a solution for you.
Well, I mean, 2 of the 3 things were extremely mean, but I'm pretty desperate at this point. And I'm not even going to turn it on you and call you fat, even though we know you're a lot bigger than the both of us. But I would love to hear what you can do to solve my back problem.
Let me rifle a little idea, right at your head real quick.
All right.
What if I told you you had the opportunity to raise said monitors from desk level to maybe, posture up above, straight back, shoulders arched backwards. You're getting everything in the lower back all the way down to your glutes. Traps down to the glutes, all tight, right? All one big curve. That scoliosis you had before, gone, no longer exists. What if I told you I had a solution for all of it?
So, I mean, I've never worked out my glutes before, so that must be what's causing my back problems. But I mean, I would love that, but I already have so much clutter on my desk. I don't want to add something else. The clutter is going to be crazy if I put them out there.
Listen to me right now. You can reduce clutter and fix that lower back issue. And I can tell you how.
See, I mean, but that just sounds way too good to be true. I mean, I'd love to hear how. There better be some crazy, super easy to set up invention that you know about, because if not, I don't even want to hear it.
This might be the craziest invention of all time.
All right, I'm gonna give you all of 20 seconds, and if I don't like what you say, I'm giving up, and I'm just gonna be fat and scoliosis forever. Made up a
When does the clock start?
Honestly, that's a loaded question. I guess now.
Okay, now listen up. If you get monitor mounts from Echogear right now, you could set up your monitors to said mount, which latches onto your desk. Okay? Clamps right down on it. It's not going anywhere. Your monitors are going wherever you want them to go. You want them to go up, you want them to go down, you want them to go spread apart left to right, or right down the middle, tight, rotate them vertically, horizontally, whatever you want, at an angle, who gives a shit? Whatever you want, you can do it with Echogear mounts.
Wow. I mean, my glutes are already feeling nice and tight right now just thinking about it.
I can tell, I can see it in your facial expressions that your glutes are tightening up at this very moment.
I feel it. I'm raising off my chair right now. But I'm not good with my hands. I mean, I'm not good at putting stuff together. So I know this is going to be super intricate, and I'm not going to be able to put it together. I don't have much time. I'm a busy guy.
Look me in my eyes right now.
I'm looking.
Look me in my eyes right now. You can get this done in under 20 minutes, guaranteed, even with your tiny pea brain.
Really? Wow. I haven't been able to do much with my pea brain. I'm glad I'll be able to put together a computer mount. This is fucking awesome.
It's incredible. Now let me tell you one more thing. One more thing before you heel turn 90 degree, spin your life right back around, put it back on track. Let me tell you one more thing. You can get 10% off right now by using promo code 10WICKED at checkout. If you go to echogear.com and you see a beautiful mount that you want to get, you use that promo code, you save 10%. Or maybe you're, frolicking through Amazon.com, because people do that from time to time. If you get an Echogear mount from Amazon.com, that promo code 10WICKED still applies. 10% off right now.
I mean, I can't say I agree with your sales tactics. You definitely made fun of me, and anyone in their right mind would not buy anything from you. But I mean, you made a valid point. Other than saying I'm fat and have a pea brain, I could definitely go for 10% off and fix my bag. I'm definitely gonna go to Echogear.com and use the code 10wicked to get 10% off.
I think you're making the right choice.
I am.
I just gotta slow clap it out for you guys.
I am. Wow. That was. I laughed. I cried. I
Highly
choked.
amusing.
I choked on my polar seltzer. I'm about to spend my whole life savings on mounts that literally I already own.
For the blues.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo, welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. It's your boy, Papa Dom, and we're back. It's episode 80. Episode 80. I don't know what edition this could be. The M80 edition. What's like a cool like number 80 thing? Anything? 80?
1080.
1080. The 1080p edition. You know what I mean?
Tony Hawk
Yeah.
edition.
Yeah.
Because he invented.
It's not quite
that.
4K, but it's cutting edge.
Yeah, it's still okay, and like you still kind of feel good about it. Like, you know, you set up your Xbox 360 in your living room, and you're like, wow, I wonder like what's the highest resolution I could possibly put this on. And you know, even though like your dad's like floor unit CRT TV definitely isn't HD, it still lets you put it on 1080p, and you kind of feel a little better about yourself. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of speaking from
I
experience.
think,
Not on
I
the
think we
back.
should all. I think we should all backtrack a little bit and hear that Rob said Tony Hawk invented the number 80.
No,
I
I
don't
said
know if
1080. I said 1080. 1080. Tony Hawk invented the 900 and the 1080. The tricks. Okay.
Invented. That's just geometry.
Tony
He was
Hawk
the first to
invented
master
geometry.
it. He is the master of his craft. He's the
That
greatest
is
of all
true.
time.
I
Greatest of all
played
time.
Skate and I played Tony Hawk.
Yep.
That is true.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he didn't invent the number
I never landed a
1080.
kickflip, but
Chris, those are video games. I get it. It's hard to comprehend. It happened.
Don't you say that I never played Tony Hawk. That's like all I played in my life. I'm choking right now because I'm so upset. All I played in my life is like Animal Crossing and Tony Hawk. And Bully. Don't talk
after
about
my
anything.
heart.
Wow, that's actually
I love Animal Crossing.
we need a sign. It's
Bully
like
is great.
days episodes since Bully was mentioned on this podcast, and we just reset it to 0. Oh man,
That's some serious throwback, though. I just get
Yeah.
so stoked. Like, that's some hardcore nostalgia. I got bullied a lot at school, and I'd just come home and do the same thing in games. And
yeah,
it felt
absolutely.
great.
Just you know,
I was like, the tides are turning now. Like,
Yeah,
See how you
who's
like
getting
it.
shoved in a locker now? I can't wait to go.
I mean, not to talk about Bully again because I used to talk about it all the time. I haven't in a while though.
yeah.
But like it was such a breath of fresh air because at the time we were all at the age where we were playing like Grand Theft Auto and we're
Yeah.
like putting in weapon cheats and like flying helicopters, like just stupid, just like stuff that wasn't like good to look at the time or like didn't really make
Yeah.
sense. Kind of like teens, and then that game came out and it like had the same
It
controls.
was like super relevant to like
Exactly, it was
real
relevant, like,
life.
you picked if you wanted
So,
to help all like, the nerds and all
I'm
that.
pretty sure Bully 2 is rumored to be the next project after Red Dead 2.
Dudes.
But it's like all grown up and like he's done some time, and like now it's just a Grand
he's
Theft Auto
gone
game.
to prison. You know, he spent some time in prison.
Wasn't
He was
Johnny
kicked
Hopkins?
out of college. He went to he took to the streets.
Took to the streets.
Took to the
as,
streets well.
as
but
young
not well
gangsters do.
enough. Yeah.
He's definitely
OG.
a Harvard graduate now. He's Harvard graduate. Family,
The OG
college.
rock star.
So, in case you're wondering what the hell you're listening to right now, this is Not Another Gaming Podcast, episode 80. You can find us every, well, it's been a Wednesday for the past couple nights, but every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, twitch.tv/wickedgaming. You can find us on Spotify. You're listening to Spotify's #1 top trending gaming podcast, Not Another Gaming Podcast. It is your boy, Papa Dom. Just like I said before, this is actually, if Full House was actually about video games and not about raising children, this would be this podcast. I don't know which one of us is which. I mean, you really can't lose.
That's
But one of us
great.
has to be Joey Gladstone. One of us is Danny Tanner, and the other one is Jesse. I don't know Jesse's last name from Full House, but it's 3 of us. You know, your 3 internet dads. We're back, episode 80. As always,
Internet Dads,
We're
the podcast.
we're the dads of the internet.
Yeah.
Video.
Please rename your podcast to Internet Dads, the podcast.
we would get
'cause I'm
such
on
a strange
board.
following. We would get like a real.
You would, but you'd get a following.
We would. Yeah.
Dads are so in right now. I don't understand.
That's it. We're making him cool. We are pretty much. I mean, Jesse Katsopoulos. That was the other one. Chris, you might be the Uncle Jesse of this podcast. I don't know. It's just maybe it's the hair. Maybe it's the hair.
I'll take it.
But how are you? How's everything going?
Dude, I'm doing great. Really can't complain. You know, it's been a hell of a week. It's been a real bitch of a week, but hey, it's almost the weekend. It's almost the freaking weekend.
Oh my God, Hump Day. Am I right?
And I'm jazzed. Hump Day. Am I right?
I love Hump Day.
I love humping too. It's incredible.
It's lit
I
up.
literally tweeted that like a week ago. I was like, times are rough in this harsh climate, but remember, it's Hump Day, so get to the humping.
Yep, you goddamn right. And that's one thing that we can
Be
always count
excited
on.
already.
That's all you can do. Yeah, I'm good.
Gift that keeps on giving.
Rod, do you want to be Joey Gladstone or do you want to be Danny Tanner?
I love role play.
I can be Joey, I guess.
Me too.
I can be Joey.
Cut it out. How are you?
I'm doing okay. Excuse me there. No, I'm doing all right. A lot of nonsense going on, but thankfully it's slow at work, so we'll see how long this
Sleep is
fucking
for the
lasts.
weak.
Yeah, I could definitely benefit from a dozen hours of sleep. Right
Yeah.
now.
I could benefit from like a dozen chicken wings and then like a dozen-hour nap. I definitely feel you on this for sure.
Who wouldn't?
And
I don't know about the blank, but definitely the wings.
Yeah. Yes. First time ever, long time pal, first time guest, but nevertheless a friend of the program, internet and gaming legend, colorful hair enthusiast.
True.
Just, I mean, you've probably seen her anywhere. If you've like looked at video games on a screen, you've probably seen her talk about them. Just a doer of many things. Welcome, Allie Baker. How are you? And
Thanks.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm good. I'm very good. I'm on the upswing. I've been taking like a little hiatus because I went real hard in like college and then right out of college because I entered a G4 for X-Play when I was in college, and like as soon as I left I was like, cool, I'm gonna do the career thing, but I moved so much I like never like took time to like settle in and be like, all right, maybe I should just chill for a while.
How are Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb in real life? I met Morgan Webb once, and it was a poor experience, but I think I kind of caught her off guard, and I actually wimped out talking to Adam Sessler at a PAX after party once. I was like too intimidated.
I don't blame you. They're both really cool. Morgan I've never had the pleasure to talk to. She's really tall. She's tall. She's like my height, but she also wears heels. So like she's like an Amazon woman. Like we worked in the E Entertainment and Comcast building. So the 2 floors below us was I think like talk shows and like that ridiculous show Baggage. And then the show under like the level underneath us was like the Style Network. So people would call them the Style Gazelles. And I feel like she was a Style Gazelle.
Yeah.
But I never talked to her. Like, I was in the elevator with her once, and I was like, I don't know what people do with their hands, but I just really want to... Like, I, like, moved up across the
I
side
literally,
of it.
like... The first time I met Morgan, well, I guess I didn't really even fucking meet her, but like I was walking into the first PAX East, and I think this was like probably 8 or 9 years ago, and she was outside. I think maybe she was working for IGN or GameSpot, or maybe she was just there on her own, but she had like an assistant. There was a dude that was there with her, and I saw her like outside. I think she was like maybe smoking a cigarette or something like that. It was wicked early in the morning, so like I don't want to get talked to pretty much ever.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, like I'm a huge fan. You know, you and Adam Sessler are pretty much like the reason why I'm cynical about everything in my life, and I appreciate your cynicalness. So you know,
that was the show.
Yeah, and she like kind of brushed me off, and I was like, like all right, well, I guess this is just a harsh reality of life. And then
it's also just so many people that like. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that make it creepy.
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if in the years that she worked at G4 with all of the stuff that they had out there, like, she was always very reserved and, like, conservative with the way that she dressed. But I think she still got a lot of, like, weird stuff coming her way, so
we
she
talk
seemed
about
pretty
it.
reserved.
We talk about it every pre-PAX episode, how to not be creepy when approaching people.
Yeah, I think that's a
Just-
pretty good general rule.
Be fucking normal, please.
Yeah, be normal
That works.
.com. I don't know
Adam
what's
Sessler's really
yeah.
cool though. I used to hang out with him on the terrace and we would smoke cigarettes together and he would just he would whine about like San Diego Comic-Con and like basically the same thing we're talking about, like how it's just exhausting. Like when you're like younger, and I remember when I was that age, like you want to go to every event, you have this like these stars in your eyes and you're so excited, but like as you like hit like your 30s and like later, you're just like,
Been there.
I don't want to do this shit anymore. Like
Yeah.
it's just too loud. Like I need sleep, you know.
There's
Dude,
nothing like
but
complaining
he was
over
always
a couple
cool.
of heaters.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what?
So there's nothing like having a conversation complaining over a couple heaters.
I don't get
Heater
it.
is a
Talking
slang
about
for a
cigarettes.
cigarette.
Cigarettes.
Oh, I knew that. No, I didn't.
I once smoked a cigarette with a woman outside of a Buffalo Wild Wings. She worked at Stop and
I
Shop.
love this story already.
She was an older woman, worked at Stop and Shop, and she was so pissed that Janine took away her 9 to 6.
Oh, dude, I was
Damn
there
it,
with you. I was
Janine.
there for this. I was there for this.
Well, when I was leaving, she was outside too, and she was crushing some Merlot at Buffalo Wild Wings. I fucking respect the hell out of it. And she's like, and I was just trying to be nice, so I was like, yeah, like those are your hours. You go get those hours. Like, and she was like, I can't believe she did it.
Dude.
I just wanted the 12 to 2 shift, the 12 to 10 shift, and she's giving it to Maureen, and I was like,
Oh my god. I have so many fond memories of growing up in New Jersey and like taking breaks at GameStop to go out and smoke with my fellow employees.
Yeah.
On Route 17, no less. We would just like piss and moan and whinge about everything and then be like, hey, did you hear the new rock band's coming out? That's something to be excited about. Like,
I think.
but everything
yeah.
else was just commisery.
did you see me give that guy $10 back for the 50 games that he brought in?
Basically.
That
How many
guy.
times did somebody threaten to spit
There's
in
a
your face
majority of
today?
it.
I had somebody fucking literally threaten to spit in my face when I worked at GameStop before. I was like, dude.
Oh god.
I was like, dude, not for nothing, but that'll be the most exciting thing that happens to me today. So just like
He
hit
said,
me
I'll
with
open
it.
my mouth for you.
I'll hold it open. But the yeah, and I mean, you know, I used to work at GameStop too, and it was just like I had one dude who was trading in I don't know, fucking who the fuck knows. It was like a you know, AAA game, and I was like, yeah, you're gonna get $25 for it, and he was like, I just bought this 2 weeks ago, and I was like, yeah, and now.
That's how
you're
that
trying
works.
to
We
yeah,
rob
I was
you.
like, dude, listen, man, I don't set the prices for this. Trust me. If I were you, I wouldn't do it. I was like, just go like sell it on Craigslist or something. And he was like, how many times does somebody threaten to spit in your face per day? And I was like, you know, mentally probably a few, but like verbally, you'd probably be the first.
I would have been like at least 4 or 5,
Yeah.
honestly. Like,
At least tip me.
I mean,
if
on
you're
a
gonna
good
do
day,
that.
3.
Yeah. At least tip me. You know what I mean? Like I
Sure,
could probably
I
make a
can do
career
that.
out of this.
Sure,
But
do you know that $60 game you bought yesterday? Yeah, that's worth $3.50 store credit now. I don't make the rules; I just enforce them.
yeah.
But guess what? We have a special trade-in promotion. You'll actually get $1.50 extra.
Yeah, if you put it towards the pre-order of, you know, Gran Turismo 6, you'll actually get an extra 50 cents. So I'm just saying, get those extra.
I worked at GameStop for like 6 years, just in like Connecticut, where I went to school, New Jersey, Texas. And like eventually at one point, I remember they started offering the GameStop gift card, like not gift card, sorry, credit card, where you like it was part of like, you know how you have to pitch reserves and subs, and that's how they like base if you're a good seller or not.
Yeah.
You had to pitch this card like to 3 people or however many people every week. And I was just like, no, dude, like I can't in my good conscience do this. Gamers are already broke as fuck as it is. Like,
Yeah.
no.
The
Like
last
was
experience
done.
I had at GameStop, I brought this up on the podcast too, because the very last time I ever stepped into a GameStop was to buy South Park, The Fractured Butthole.
fractured
the guy-
butthole.
The guy had me there for an extra 8 minutes trying to fucking sell me on extra
Because
shit.
they have to, and it's like it's such a shame because it's run by like a major corporation and they have these like rules in place, and it's like I remember my first GameStop manager was like, a trained monkey could do what you do. So if you don't get 5, pre-orders and this many game cards per week, like you're gone.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I couldn't have been more deadpan staring this man in the face for 8 minutes straight. Like, nope, no, nope. Can I have my receipt, please?
Yeah.
Am I being detained, sir?
Am I free to go?
Detained?
Am I free to
Am
go?
I free to go?
Yeah.
I actually
that always makes me so. I can't go in there anymore for the same reason. It makes me cringe.
It's bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm like, leave! Get out now! Yeah. What are you doing?
Even
why are you working here?
The one that I would like work on, the one that I would go to like just get in and get out, because there was one guy in there who was like, he got it, and he was just like, dude, like I'm getting by, like I'm good. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just picking this up and going. Like, I just want to like pick this up and leave and get the fuck out.
Loans.
Hi, Lucy.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yay.
You have different hair.
I do. It's
Yes.
pinkified. Yeah. Oh, I like your green hair. Is it blue
I just
or green?
redid mine. It's bluish green.
I like it.
I feel like
I
we're
like
missing out on
yours.
this trend that I haven't
Get
gotten
on board.
Okay.
Get on the
you gotta
bus,
get on
guys.
this.
What color should we dye? I mean, I'm pretty much. I mean, I'm thinking like magenta,
Fuchsia.
fuchsia. Ooh,
Yes.
See, we were close.
Fuchsia
close.
would be good. Yeah, I can
feel
help
like I
with
could rock the
fuchsia.
fuck
You
out
don't
of
want to go too close to her color either, because that's just rude. That's like
Yeah.
wearing the
True.
same dress to a party. You don't do that.
Nah, you don't
No.
do that. You don't do
You're
that.
Do you have
totally
any
right.
idea how many times me and Dom have worn the same dress to a party?
I figured.
4
I didn't
times.
want to bring it up.
Yeah.
Too many times.
Dude, we
Wait,
should-
so who's the copycat though? Who buys it first and then who copies who?
Yeah.
I always buy it first. It's always me.
I figured. I
I'm
knew
always
it.
ahead of the curve.
God.
I'm like, Rob, what are you gonna wear? You gonna like wear that thing I like? And he's
It's an
like, yeah, I got
important
this
question.
I got this little red number that I'm gonna throw on, and I was like, oh shit. And then I go on Amazon Prime now, and I fucking order the same one.
Oh no.
We show up in the same, the same little.
You're
red
like, hey,
dresses.
that's really cute, and then you order it the next day
Yeah.
and show up to the same event, and you're just like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Our friendship's over.
We're actually. This is
even-
actually. This is like if Mean Girls had a podcast, this would be us. Except we're like overweight and scruffy and guys. But I'm like,
Yep.
oh my god, I love that dress, and then you turn around, and you're like, that dress is so ugly, I hate it, and then I buy one for myself. I saw Chris wearing flip flops and camo shorts, so now I wear flip flops and camo shorts.
That's my style too. God, you're copying everyone.
Yeah, see, I'm a fucking idiot. So
We can't all be trendsetters.
no, we can't. We can't. Lucy, you missed a phenomenal ad.
Shoot.
You missed a phenomenal ad, and we are gonna do a giveaway tonight. I actually saw somebody just did the like exclamation point giveaway, and I don't even know what bot that is. So hey, Kenny, if you're still in here, intern Ken, if you're still here, anytime somebody does an exclamation point, just like pretend like you're a bot and put in information about the giveaway. I see you're trying to access our giveaway command. Lucy, were you at E3?
No.
You were at
I'm sort of
DreamHack.
pretending that I am, but yeah, I was
Texas.
just at DreamHack.
Okay.
CouchCon 2018.
Hey, we in there. I actually was exhibiting at CouchCon 2018. It was a mess.
I think I saw your booth. Were you the one with the Cheetos? Cheetos wrapper?
They were actually baked lay as I'm cutting down, trying to cut weight.
Frito Lay. Congratulations.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's
the
out there.
gameplay looked great on that one.
Give me just 1 second. Sorry, I'm like responding to ridiculous comments in the chat, and I just realized that I can't type and talk at the same time. But the good thing
It was a really good ad, though.
It's a skill.
It was good. It was good. You guys, Lucy, will have to wait for the live show every Friday on Spotify and all your favorite podcast platforms to hear it. So let's talk about E3. We have everybody here. We've got all 5 people. The screen is split something akin to like the Power Rangers like morphing montage and also like the Brady Bunch. So I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I was thinking
put the
about
tune
the
in.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, me too,
Yay.
for sure. I like keep
Marsha,
looking
Marsha,
in weird
Marsha.
directions too. Like,
Yes.
and it's
Oh my
different on our
God.
setup than it is like on the Twitch setup. So I'm like,
Oh,
where do
poop.
Yeah.
Or like celebrity squares.
Yeah, circle gets a square. So let's
I'm gonna be doing that the whole podcast now.
figure out. Yeah, exactly. I'm actually gonna look in the direction. I'm actually gonna be looking like at my bookshelf, but I'm gonna look in the direction of who's talking. So Chris, I'm gonna come to you last because I'm gonna give you some time to collect your thoughts.
All right, what a nice boy.
But
What did I miss?
Allie, you're a first-time guest, so what did you think about E3? Any like highlights and lowlights?
I mean, obviously, if you know me, you know I'm like a huge Fallout buff. So the news about Fallout 76 and specifically the online like survival, like I liked that Todd Howard used the phrase "it's the apocalypse, but not an amusement park."
Yeah.
So it's like it's only like a handful of people that you're playing with, so it's not gonna be like Fortnite where you're playing against like, you know, a lot of other players and like competing. It's more like, you know, chill, like it's a chill vibe. And then the fact that you can also like save and then log off the server and then play alone.
Yeah.
Like as you go, you can kind of choose between either or. Also, shout out to the there was like a diseased mega sloth in the preview,
Yes.
and it looked amazing. And diseased mega sloth is like best thing to come out of E3 2018.
Is that the
all I'm gonna
official name
say.
of it?
It's
Yeah.
the official name. I like
Diseased
I
Mega Sloth
paused
is the name? That's like the
screen
canon
and
name.
everything.
I'm pretty sure that's the last creature they showed in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's
And,
just
like,
a
dude-
giant sloth with fucking mushrooms on its back. It looks so diseased, but so happy.
Every
That's what I call
single
it.
every single like monster and creature and enemy that you come into in that game looks incredible.
Yeah. It really does. Look
I think the
It
creature design is
does.
incredible for it.
That was another thing that I really liked about it was like in the last two games, like we're obviously not getting new framework. It's not a new game engine, which was something that I was really hoping for with this Fallout. Because I feel like the faces kind of needed a refresher. But they did do a complete like graphical overhaul with like the weather systems. And I used to like do mods through my PC, so I used to use the Dakota Skies mod, which would make it so that it would rain and like get really sunny and all this stuff throughout Fallout 3. And now they've incorporated that in the game, so the weather's like consistently changing.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new enemies in the game are like something to be really stoked about because it doesn't feel like the same game kind of repeated. It's like very new. It's a new area. West Virginia.
West
I
Virginia.
think I think they stated that it's not launching with modding capabilities at first, but they're going to implement
Yeah.
it.
But it's
mods.
great because like I played it like on PC. I replayed. I always play on like Xbox or like console first, and then I mod the shit out of it on PC because it's fun.
Yeah.
But Dakota Skies was a mod that you would get for PC that would allow like, because you didn't have changing weather at all, but it would like, it was basically a mod that would implement like weather that would cycle through the map, and you could actually like change it yourself if you wanted to, like if you wanted it to like start raining or if you wanted it to be really sunny. But it kind of gave it a better like feel as an environment and like as an RPG. But now
Anything
that's
you were
in-game,
disappointed
which is
in?
cool.
Anything that like what was like your low light of the conference?
I don't know. I don't know if I had any lowlights.
Very positive spin.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't this E3. I wasn't super stoked about anything particular other than Fallout. And there were a lot of things that really jumped out at me, but I didn't get too excited beforehand. Because sometimes I put all my eggs in one basket, and then as soon as the conference ends, I'm like, God damn it, they didn't release my game, and I get really upset, and this way I wasn't as disappointed. So I would recommend that for all gamers for less ragey.
Yeah.
Ragey fits.
I can't help
I'm
it.
known to flail.
I can't help it. Lucy, highlights and lowlights from E3?
Battletoads.
Anything in particular stuck out at you?
You know, all the things that I know about gaming. Guys, I'm new. I'm trying really hard.
It's okay. You still know more than Chris before he gets back.
Hey, before he gets back, you absolutely know more.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, wait. Give me like a tip to what should I ask him about when he comes back? So I
Just
sound really,
Ask him
knowledgeable.
if he can spell video games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
He'll
no,
struggle through it, I guarantee it.
Okay, I'm excited about that. That'll be entertaining. But I did see Assassin's Creed. You can explore as a woman now, so that kind of goes back to our
Yes!
conversation last time. Is that the big deal that it was for the other game we discussed the last time? Is that a really big deal for Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
So is it, Dom? Because I
Yes.
haven't seen.
Dude.
anything
So the
of it.
London one, I think, was
Yeah.
the first one that you played as a girl, and
You could only play as multiplayer though, I thought. I don't think you could actually play through story mode.
I literally posted an article to. I'm gonna dig it up right now, but I posted an article to wickedgoodgaming.com, and it was like you can play as a woman in Assassin's Creed now, and virgins are losing their shit.
Yeah, that's basically the translation.
Yeah,
That's a
so-
really good point, though, that you made, because I noticed this year there were a lot of new female playable characters in a
Yeah.
lot of games.
Gears 5.
Yeah,
Your
I think you
Protagonist
could.
Kate.
Yeah, and you can actually play as her, which is cool.
Yeah.
I think they had Anya before, but I don't know.
You can play her as multiplayer, but that was it. She was just kind of like the.
Now you can play her in story mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuphead. There's a new female character.
Female
that
Cup. What's
makes
up
me-
though?
I don't know her name, but
Miss
that was pretty
Chalice. Miss Chalice.
cool. Ooh,
Ooh.
that's nice.
Shout out to Miss Chalice. I hope we see Miss Chalice cosplay. That would.
Oh yeah, there are a
Yeah.
ton of Cupheads at DreamHack and at PAX East. There are a ton of cosplay Cupheads.
Yeah, the cups.
Yeah, I feel like that might be the only cosplay that I can possibly do. I'm just gonna get a nice big I'm gonna make like a big plastic bowl and just I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm the Tupperware guy.
I can see it.
Um,
That looked good.
yeah. Anything? But the new Assassin's Creed actually did look good. I posted a blog the other day, actually, to once again wickedgoodgaming.com. And the title was "God damn it, I'm excited about an Assassin's Creed game again." And I think that it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, it looks kind of cool. It looks like they're exploring some like more mythical, kind of like mystical, magical type shit.
Yeah.
And they did that with the DLC for this current one, which is Origins. But the thing that makes me upset is now that this game takes place before Origins. So like Origins is about the origin of the fucking franchise, and now you have a game that's set hundreds of years before that. So
No, so there's some fucking timeline interference with that, where it's like there was an order before the fucking order that was in Origins that created like the fucking sleeve blade or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but there was.
we know so
like,
much about
Sleeve
Assassin's Creed.
Blade.
But this is like the official
There
Assassin's
was-
Creed podcast, and we know so
Dude,
much
I know
about it.
nothing. I played 45 minutes of one Assassin's Creed, and then I was like, you know what? Not for me. Just not for me. But I've been reading up on it a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that there is some order before that order that created something.
All right,
Created life as we know
sick.
it.
Yeah.
Any lowlights, any shit that you didn't care about, Lucy?
Nope. Just still trying to catch up from DreamHack, so I missed out on the lowlights. But who's next? Next.
Let's see.
Relatable.
I'll go.
I feel like there are so many like general lowlights of E3, like awkward announcers or people
Yeah.
flubbing their lines or like
Yeah.
just like people trying to fill dead air in between like the conferences or whatnot. But like if we sat here and listed all of those,
Right.
It would
Well, and
take
is it
all
always
day.
like that? Because I feel like I'm hearing that a lot. You know, okay, again, revisiting, new to
Yeah.
gaming. So like new to
Go
the
for it.
shows, and is that common? Or I keep hearing that E3 is super boring this year.
Yeah,
So
it was.
people
I think
just
the
fuck up all
reveals
time.
were, but yeah, generally speaking, you could make a great highlight reel over this with all of the just the awkward. Like I'm really empathic, so I can feel the cringe like as I'm staring at my screen. So like even just this E3, there were so many times where it's like I can't watch right now.
Yeah.
This is just terrible.
Ooh.
Like
My
I
always
feel so bad.
Yeah, my like forever, my like biggest E3 pet peeve is like montages of the shit that we already saw, and like the Sony conference I was watching with Johnny Rupe, a friend of the program. We were sitting down on our couch.
Delicious.
John and I have been friends for like 15 years at this point, and we used to like conveniently, like E3 used to fall on like high school half days, and we would like go and sit in his sunroom. We would like hold hands. We would watch E3 together. We would like just like fangirl out about all the cool stuff that came out, and like, you know, nerd rage about the shit that we didn't like. Just crushing Doritos and Mountain Dew like you fucking read about. But now we live in separate places, and we have like fiancés and shit. So like we don't do that as much as we can.
I heard Beyonce's and shit, and I was like, "Get it, boys!
Yeah,
get it!"
We're actually practicing the dance.
Way more excited.
But yeah, so
Same thing.
we got a chance to hang out and watch the Sony conference together, and we both were like, okay, there's some cool stuff here, there's some shit we don't care about, and at the end there was like a fucking like a sizzle reel of all the shit that we already saw, and I was just like, what? No. I get it. No, I watched it. I watched the conference.
I was there.
Who is this for? Like, who is this actually for? And Nintendo did it too. Nintendo did the same fucking thing, and they just did like flashcards of all the games that they just announced, but they weren't in order. They weren't in order chronologically. It was like, you know, this, that, the third. Like, this is coming out sometime in the near future. This we don't have a date for. Here's Mario Tennis Aces. That's coming out in 2 weeks. Fortnite's available right now. And then they would skip over again. Like, put it in fucking order if you're gonna do something like that. Just let me know what I need to be excited about and when. Tell me what to buy. So biggest highlight of E3 for me, I think, is the total overhaul of Halo. I think, you know, I've talked about it with multiple guests on the podcast. You know, me and John have talked about it a lot.
Of course you love Halo. Of
big
course.
Halo guy. Big Halo guy. You know, we'll have to get my boy Proximity back on here, a good big friend of the program. We're gonna get him back on so we can fangirl about Halo, because it's getting completely rebuilt from the ground up. I know there was some bitching. Stop me if you've heard this before. Some bitching in the comment section about that, like we didn't see enough from Halo, but they're rebuilding the game from the ground up. So new engine, new art style, new direction for the franchise.
That's all you can ask for is a new engine.
Right. We're giving.
It's like people bitch about like people not putting the time in, but. Yeah. If you're putting in a new engine, like, that takes time. Yeah. Like, shut up.
Have there been
shut
balls?
Shut up, nerds.
Yeah, have there been balls that 343 has dropped? Sure, but they also, I think, should have rebuilt the game from the ground up in the first place. They kind of were going off of what Bungie was already working on, and the game changed hands, and a few things were kind of, like, left by the wayside, but now they're rebuilding it to be their game, and I think that this is going to be pretty great. I mean, there's not a whole lot of developers that I would be like, here, just take 7 years to get it right, but as far as I'm concerned, you know, there's nothing to really be excited or disappointed about it yet. So, you know, I'll wait until I see it. And Bubba said, Halo still doesn't have a female lead, so I'm not playing it.
I saw that and I was like, gotta do it for them butts.
Yeah, you can play as a female Spartan in multiplayer. So, and by female Spartan, I mean they look exactly the same, except they just have like more feminine sounding like grunts and shit. Like if they get shot, they go like instead of like ugh. So that's actually
this
pretty
year was
progressive.
the year that Call of Duty introduced, or maybe it was last year, but they had female like multiplayer players.
Yeah.
But every now and then, I think it's just because it was such a new like skin that they added to the franchise, like it would like glitch out and it would do like the male voice. So like you would die and it'd be like, ugh! But with the female, and you'd be like, what? Like
Black Ops 3 was the one that introduced the class selection before you got into multiplayer, and I think it was half.
Blocks.
It might have been like 60-40 male to female, like class choices.
I mean, that's at least more accurate to how like it is today in the military, you know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Halo was the highlight, and the low light for me was I think Nintendo's press conference was kind of a letdown. Big news for Smash, and that was cool, but I feel like they should have had a separate press conference for Smash. Like, here, tune into our Nintendo Direct where we actually show you all the shit that's coming out, instead of like 5 minutes of new stuff and then literally 45 to 50 minutes of just super intricate Smash details. So I was kind of let down by that. I really wanted to see another Animal Crossing. I would have loved to have seen any amount of seconds of Metroid Prime 4. Any amount of seconds. 1 second. Give me like a flash, and it's just like boop, and it's like her shooting the gun.
I think for me, like, and don't stone me to death right now, but like even though they had a really fantastic actual press conference, like Microsoft and like Nintendo, it felt like they were playing catch up this year. Microsoft being that they bought out 5 new game studios, and that's because they don't have the in-house studios creating new content.
Yeah.
Whereas like Sony has The Last of Us, they have Horizon Zero Dawn, like they have the console exclusives already on the table. And I feel like Microsoft, like even though they had a great press conference and it looked great on paper, and the biggest one of that being We Happy Few by Compulsion Games, which looks absolutely amazing. It's like that BioShock reboot kind of thing. It almost looks like the engine's like heavily influenced by Yellow Submarine, the Beatles. Like it's just so vibrant and vivid. Have you taken your joy today? But like that looks really cool. But aside from that, like I just feel like they were kind of playing catch up, and same thing with Nintendo. Switch is already out. They're trying to catch up with the market and bring like new innovation and kind of show it, but there wasn't really anything intensely new about it. You know, I wish they would have also spent more time on Super Smash.
Yeah, I just fucking, you know, Nintendo finally has online games for the first time in 3 decades, so you know it's very lit out here. But
do you agree with what I said though at all?
Yeah, no, I feel
or are you just like, no, you're absolutely not?
No,
like...
I mean, I definitely see what you mean. I don't necessarily 100% agree, but I see what you're saying. I mean, I can't really be mad at Nintendo. I love my Switch. A whole lot, and we're gonna get a ton of announcements throughout the year. And but you know,
I mean, the Sony presser was weird as hell, and I actually appreciated it. Like they knew they had like The Last of Us and Resident Evil 2 as like their top tier games that they were announcing, and then they like chose to like use like actual like what's it called, musical performances to like supplement it. Like it was very like hand chosen for that. The whole church thing at the beginning with the weird lights creeped me out.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. Bob, highlights and lowlights.
It was like
for you?
a little lackluster, but it was interesting at least.
So I kind of have to like completely flip flop what Allie said.
Flip that flop.
Yeah, because my highlight was 100% the entire Microsoft conference.
Yeah.
They did everything.
It was the most interesting.
They did everything they absolutely needed to do. And for the acquisition of the independent parties, they bought 4 of them and then they created one themselves. So the first one, I can't remember the name of the first one. Well, if you want to check it out, you can go to wikigoodgaming.com and look at my Microsoft conference review. But yeah, so they bought 4 of them and they created one of their own. But you're 100% right that them and Nintendo had to play catch up. Granted, Nintendo just tends to do their own fucking thing.
I'm not saying it wasn't a great conference, because like all in all, like I think in my eyes, like Microsoft and Bethesda were neck and neck for just like bam, 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 the most titles, like the most like exciting things to watch. Like I didn't get bored, as opposed to the other conferences where I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go take a poop and I'll come back and hopefully something good will be on the screen.
I usually do that whenever JRPGs get announced. People start crying and they're just like, oh, they start like brooding. Is it
the smell?
They start brooding, and I'm like, time to go fill this chip bowl.
And then you start brooding.
What else, Bob?
So Microsoft they're losing the console race currently. Like they're just too far behind PlayStation, which is mainly due in part to the fact that they're so limited to their exclusivities. But now that they have all of these companies that are working under Microsoft Studios itself, they now have those. Then they touched upon hardware because they're talking about moving into the next generation of consoles. Granted, they still have the most powerful in-home console that you can purchase now with the Xbox One X. So they're already ahead in that curve, and they're talking about the next generation. And then they talk about software, which is already integrated with the Game Pass and how you can literally access
4K.
You can literally access pretty much whatever you want to play with a monthly subscription.
Skyrim was one of them. Fallout 4, The Division, all available same day.
Pretty much every new game, every new AAA title will come to Game Pass at some point.
Yeah,
that is exciting.
They did everything that they needed to, everything that they were falling behind on in the console race. I can't say that they caught up to it because not all of it's been released. Not all of it's here for us to judge.
Did it in
they tried.
In typical like Microsoft E3 fashion, they always put, like, every year I've ever seen the press conferences, they've always put on a good show. Like, even just like if you're sitting there and you, like, even if you're watching at home, the lights, the audio, like the all around production and what they're giving to you, they always come around like that quarter, and when E3 hits, they drop bombs.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what Microsoft is known for.
50 games they presented. That's ridiculous that they showed off 50 fucking games.
Yeah. I watched that one first because I watched them in order. And I didn't really take any breaks. Like, I like paused it a few times, but then, you know, it wasn't like with some of the other pressers where I was like, all right, I have some time on my hands.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe I should reach for my vape. Nope.
beyond everything that they needed to, their heavy hitters for the Microsoft exclusives, they brought to the show for. They teased Halo. There's a quarter of your fan base right there.
Of your demographic, yeah.
Right. And then they bring in, which I think they did in a very poor fashion, in a bad order, the whole trilogy of Gears games that are going to be released with the Gears Funko Pop, whatever the fuck that is.
I thought it looked so cute.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I was saying the same thing. I was just like looking at the screen like, that looks adorable, but what is it?
Right.
Like...
Sure. Go ahead, make a game with Funko Pop. That's fantastic. Put it at the end, like after we see the actual Gears content that Gears of War fans want to see.
Pretty hilarious.
The strategy game looks incredible, and I'm not even a fucking strategy fan, but then Gears 5 blew me away. I'm all on board for a Kate story the whole time. JD Phoenix is not an intriguing character. I don't find him as an intriguing character at all. And Kate is just that much more interesting.
They were like, let's take a look at what's next for Gears of War. And then like the entire place lost their shit. And then it was like the Funko Pop thing. And I've never seen the air get sucked out of a room. They were,
I was like, quick playing with me.
Yeah, I was
I'm sitting here at my computer watching it, and I'm like, yes, it's happening. My fucking pupils are dilating. My blood vessels are expanding. And I'm just like, yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Funko Pop. What?
Yeah. Did they actually show any, like, I think they showed, like, a quick, like, teaser, like, cutscene from Gears 5, but they didn't actually show any gameplay. Is that correct?
So they showed they showed a little bit of gameplay, but it seemed scripted, like, relatively scripted, where she was running through with some form of like a new melee weapon, some locust hammer, I'm assuming, crushing like new the fuck are they called? Wraiths? Not wraiths. I can't fucking remember. Wreaths? I don't fucking know.
I think wraiths is right.
It might be wraiths. Yeah.
Wheat thins. Actually, the term you're looking for.
Crushing wheat thins.
Don't forget to eat your Wheaties.
Yeah.
Hammer, and then it cut to like the mini cutscenes where the robots from Gears 4 were being infected, and then a little more gameplay, like a little more scripted gameplay, where where she caught herself in an ambush. But like beyond that, there wasn't that much gameplay. I was so.
Can we really quickly talk about in the Microsoft presser when we all heard Terry Crews' voice for Crackdown and lost our shit, or is that just me?
That looks amazing. I love that Terry Crews is just Terry Crews.
I've never been so excited about Crackdown.
First of all, I've always been this excited about Crackdown, except for Crackdown 2. We're not going to talk about that. But I didn't think that we were going to see any Crackdown, but I'm so glad that we did, because Terry Crews is just himself. And I cannot think of a better pitch man for pretty much anything, any product really he can send to me. And I just started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine too, so I've been having a very heavy Terry Crews fix. And then when I heard his voice, like as the screen was like kind of turning black, and then we got like the Crackdown logo, I was like, oh shit!
I just started losing my shit. I was like, it's Terry Crews! It's Terry Crews! Somebody come in here and listen to this! Like, I was freaking out. Like, I want to play this. Is this Crackdown? What is this?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wow,
I don't know.
they're really gonna make an Old Spice video game. This is great. And then I realized it was Crackdown.
Power.
Was Terry Crews Cheeseburger Eddie in Gridiron?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
His Hallmark role.
I'm back, by the way. Sorry, I had an important phone
Welcome
call I had to
back.
take, but I'm back now.
Were you calling somebody to be like, hey, what should I say for like my highlights and lowlights for E3?
Yeah, I called everyone I knew that was.
Can
at
I
E3.
phone a friend?
Yeah. All right. So what'd you come up with? Highlights and lowlights. Let's go.
Can I just throw my low light out real quick?
Oh yeah. Sorry, we got like we can get
Literally
Yes,
every
the
fucking
Ran Man.
every
Sorry.
single clip between game teasers in the PlayStation in the Sony conference. I was so confused by the tiny little animated shapes playing instruments on screen. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't know how they related to anything, and
Which
I was
one?
just confused.
Like
the animated shapes.
and shit.
Like the
Which
animated shapes.
conference?
The Sony conference. I didn't get it.
Oh.
I don't understand.
There
Why
was
was that a part
so
of it?
much about the Sony conference that you're just like, and it's such a shame too, because when you're like splitting like when you have to record musical guests and then also do like mics and there's all that audio going on at once, it's really hard to get good audio. But like to add insult to injury, it just like you could tell they split the difference between like the actual theater and then the audio input that they were getting, but it wasn't synced right and it just sounded terrible. So it's like if you're gonna do like a performance-based thing with music and all these weird interpretive things, like at least make sure that you have people that know what they're doing in the audio department.
Yeah.
Rip my ears.
Right. I definitely agree with the like in between shit, and I think everything but like the gameplay, I was just like, holy fucking shit, just like move it along. All right, Chris, what do you got
Yeah.
for us?
I mean, I'm kind of thrown for a loop now with the low light because I was gonna say the weird fucking like fruit playing guitars and shit like that.
Yep.
But I'll have to think of a new one now. I don't know how to pronounce a word in Ghost of
Tsushima?
I want to make sure. I just want to make sure. That was the one where the dude came out with the flute at the beginning and absolutely ripped it up, right?
Yeah, that was
Oh my god, dude, shredded.
Yeah,
that
he
dude
fucking
elementary school recorder.
Yeah.
Guy was destroying it.
threw the fire and the
dropped
flames
it.
on recorder. It was fucking lit. I can only play hot cross buns. That's it.
I was just gonna say he should have dropped in Hot Cross Buns. I thought he should have played Sandstorm at one point. And had the
Yeah.
place would have erupted.
Oh
But
my
that
God.
was absolutely incredible. At first, I had no idea what was going on, but it's like when SpongeBob is starting to do what the hell is it? When he starts mopping the floor, everyone's like, whoa, oh, and like it slowly grows on them. Like, yeah, all right. So that's how I was. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then time went by. I was like, yeah, all right, yeah. And I was grooving to it. Besides that, The Last of Us 2 was the most gorgeous gameplay I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was like 15 minutes long, and I've watched it already like a dozen times.
Yeah, it was
Which
definitely
one was that?
The Last of Us
The
2.
Last of Us 2, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I really like the Sony presser because of all of the actual game. But like, there were other ones that were awesome too. But like Death Stranding, I've been waiting so long, my fingers up my butt, to just see more gameplay and see what the hell it's about. But it only made it more confusing somehow. And like Resident Evil 2 and Last of Us, like the amount like of actual like gameplay and in-game stuff that they gave us, was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
So,
I really enjoyed that.
I might be
Resident Evil 2 looks incredible. I was watching like the 20-minute gameplay reel today at work. Looks fucking. I cannot wait.
I'm stoked to play as Ellie again.
Is Resident Evil 2 gonna be a PlayStation exclusive?
I think the Resident
probably.
Evil 1 remake was on fucking like GameCube, so I don't see. I mean, I don't.
Well, Resident Evil 1 was remade 5 times.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Give me.
I would assume it would be on multiple consoles because
Yeah, I don't see why not.
it's run on the same
All of the
engine
past
as,
Resident Evils have been.
Yeah. and it's also run on the same engine as Resident Evil 7.
Cool. Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
What did you guys think of the Death Stranding trailer?
hated
Were you
it. I
guys just
hated
like,
it.
what the hell is happening?
I'm not
right
amused.
now?
I'm not amused. I'm
I
so
love Hideo Kojima,
I'm so
though.
sick of this shit.
Kojima-san.
This is the same way that I feel about Kanye West's music is the same way that I feel about Hideo Kojima. Love his old stuff. Big
Old
fan of his old
Kanye.
stuff.
Yeah.
Big fan of his old
Old
stuff.
school
And this is
Kanye.
probably the best analogy that I'm ever going to come up with on this podcast. And I've had some gems. Love his old stuff. You cannot deny the impact that he's had on his industry, right?
Yeah.
You can't deny it. But the newer shit is just getting weirder and weirder and weirder. And the diehard.
Yeah, but
Hold on.
if
And
you
the
don't
diehard
like to do
fans are
recreational
like,
drugs
yeah, well,
and
that's
you like
just
video
him.
games.
The diehard fans are always going to be like, well, that's just him, and that's just what he
Yeah.
does. And you know, the
Yeah.
people that actually are like looking at it from maybe like a little bit higher up are just like, whoa, am I supposed to be entertained or confused? Am I supposed to understand this? Am I supposed to continue making excuses to be like, yeah, this is good? It sure is. Like, if somebody gave me like a super weird meal that I didn't know how to digest, I wouldn't force it down. I would fucking stop eating it. Like, I don't know how to interpret.
I eat squid jerky all the time, sir. So
I mean, but you know what that is.
Touche.
You know what, and you choose to eat squid jerky. Nobody was just like,
yeah.
hey, here's this
I don't
Rubik's
know.
Cube.
Jerky is jerky. Like, I've
Yeah.
had this conversation over the weekend, this past weekend rather, where jerky is jerky. If you're
Yeah.
eating jerky, whatever kind, I'm not going to go into detail what the conversation was about, but it's jerky.
Yeah, I mean, a little jerky. It's the same thing.
Yeah, listen.
I feel like they were vying to do something like extra weird. Like the vibe that I got with the newest trailer was, it like someone else said it. I think it was Da Vinci. It's like Kojima on LSD. Like it's. I don't think there's any way to make sense of it, and I think it's because like they just wanted to do something ridiculous. And Kojima these days seems to be going more like, I'm dark and twisted, but also like, here's some weird shit.
Also,
Try to
I'm
figure it out.
mysterious.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah, and
What?
I'm just like,
Look
dude.
like the baby in the jar.
What?
Oh, nobody knows. Chris, literally nobody knows.
Don't-
There's no explanation.
What
to
are
it
you
yet.
trying to figure out? Cause I have some theories.
The jar baby.
The baby in the jar.
Oh, I don't. That shit is just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
But
a really
I
good
have
guess
some
about
theories
that.
on like why it's called Death Stranding, because there's the strands from like the ghosts, and like he's also stranded maybe
Yeah, the Uber
somewhere.
Eats simulator.
Yeah, the fucking Dementor simulator. You gotta beware of the Dementors.
Da, 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 da.
So, we've actually had, we're gonna just
He's
fucking
delivering a
like
baby.
slam transition into this. Actually, oh shit, we didn't even fucking do a weekend recap.
It's true.
We're gonna have to do it right now. It looks like we're gonna have to do it right now. Everybody, really quickly, give me like a 20-second recap of your weekend. I'm gonna tell you right now, didn't do a whole lot. Took my little brother Kev out for his 22nd birthday last night, and he was straight up fucking legless. So that was great time there.
Oh,
Had
he
some-
was Legolas?
yeah, basically, yeah, sort of, except his knees were knocking together. So kid orders fucking two Long Island iced teas and is on Pluto. So that was
no,
my
you
Rookie
never do Long
mistake.
Island.
No.
yeah. He turned 21 last year, and he literally was like, I don't know why I'm spending so much money anytime I go out. And I was like, dude, well, what do you do when you go out? And he was like, well, I get a couple Long Island iced teas. I was like, just throw the e-brake on right there.
How old is he?
We're gonna teach you about dollar drafts. He's 22 now. He's 22 as of yesterday. So my weekend happened
that's
yesterday.
Just a rookie mistake. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He will grow older and wiser.
He'll figure it out the first time he overdrafts on a Miller Lite. We've all been there.
He'll move on to vodka cranberries. It'll be great.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
ever had to use your credit card to get a sausage McMuffin because you didn't have the dollar?
It's true. Listen, that money doesn't count. That money doesn't count. Chris, how was your
Use
weekend?
Credit card, it's free money.
Yeah.
It's free money. It's just a known thing.
Yeah.
Credit isn't money.
Chris, you do anything this weekend?
I did, yeah. I went to the Dan and Shay Rascal Flats concert. It was fun. It was really, really good. Got there a little early, tailgated. And then when we walked in, these little kids are ballsy as fuck now. As soon as I walked in, this little kid comes up to me and he does the whole, excuse me. He was like, "Dad." I was like, "No." I was like, "We're not doing this." And he kept saying it to me. I was like, "Dude, we're not doing this." And he's just like, "No, I'm just fucking around. Could you buy me a beer though?" I was like, "No." I was like, no, I'm not doing that. First of all, one beta there was like $15. Second of all, no, you're like 12. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
We got approached 5 more times by different groups of like girls and guys. Like, hey, can you buy me a beer? Like, I'll give you $5. I'm like, $5? What are you talking about? $5? These things are 15 a pop. And
Yeah.
second of all, no. And there were people falling over drunk, throwing up drunk. It was like literally standing there, like eyes shut, arms in the air, like that.
Oh, yes.
And these are all little kids. The amount of jewels I seen there, it was enough to fucking make you want to off yourself. If Rascal Flatts knew that people were vaping there instead of smoking real cigarettes, they would have lost their mind and shut down the concert. That's a fact.
Goddamn millennials.
Down and light up a mop red like a real motherfucker.
I think I saw a tweet about that.
It was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
what
was
I
like,
thought.
who the fuck? I almost put it out there. I almost put it in the group chat, like whatever night that was, and I was like, dude, who's at the Rascal Flatts concert right now? Because I know it's not Rob. Like, is it Kenny? Is it Chris? I'm not there. But I felt like you really took us there, though. You took us there. You
Have you ever seen two teens fist fight to "Life Is a Highway"?
No.
I knew
Why
this
would
was
you?
gonna end well.
People are throwing down during like
I
Rascal
don't
Flatts set.
understand.
Oh my god, life is a
Highway,
yeah.
and people are
That's,
throwing hands.
that's a happy song, not an angry song.
Yeah, but it's
I
like a
don't understand.
montage. It's actually, I can see a montage like that happening in like one of the Kingsman movies where they play like an overly like upbeat song to like a bar fight. But just think about it, that one of those kids is now the "I got my ass handed to me" to "Life is a Highway," and one of those kids is "I
At a
caught an assault and
Rascal
battery
Flatts
charge"
concert.
to "Life is a Highway." That'll be his fun fact in college one day. It's gonna be like his senior year. They're going around like the AP fucking history class, and they're like, hey, everybody give us your first and last name, like where you're from, what your major is, and then give us a fun fact about you. And one of the kids will be like, yeah, I'm Brad, like I'm from Connecticut, because of course the fucking kid is. And my fun fact is I once got my ass kicked to Rascal Flatts.
I got my teeth kicked in. God bless the broken road.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Rob, how was your weekend?
It was okay. Hung out with Chris too and Christina.
Shout out to them.
Got hammered and baked myself into a fresh casserole, and then I don't know, may have not had a lengthy conversation about eating human meat.
Oh.
That's that sounds
I'm not weirded out.
exactly like if you're new to the podcast, you might not know that Hi Rob is like a top 5 Rob. That's like his final form. And I once got a text from Rob at like 3:45 in the morning, and it was, "Did you know that clams have feet?" That was the text. I'll pull it up. We'll kind of go into the history books on another episode where we're not already an hour in, but
Yes.
clams have it wasn't even "did you know," it was out of nowhere. It was "clams have feet," and then there was a picture of a clam's like tongue or whatever, and then it just kind of it didn't get any more coherent from there. But Lucy, how was your weekend?
It was good. I was just trying to think of what I did. So I was in Austin a couple of weeks ago, and I was there till last Sunday, and then 2 Sundays ago, and then I was in Chicago last week, Tuesday through Thursday, and I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow morning. So I think I'm like lost. I can't think of what I did over the weekend. I don't think I did anything exciting because I'm trying to recover before I go to Vegas tomorrow.
Very on brand.
So I feel like there were drinks had every day just because I was still riding that like post-trip, descend into soberness.
Yeah, you have to ramp down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a slippery slope.
It was funny because I think it was Saturday, I had decided I wasn't going to have any drinks because I literally have been on like this 12-day bender just because I've been traveling and there's been stuff going on. And I decided on Saturday I wasn't going to have any drinks. And sure enough, 11 o'clock rolls on and there's a Bloody Mary in front of me. Bloody Mary turned into like 4 vodka sodas.
Yes.
And it was so funny because I was like, God, I was so crabby and now I'm so happy. That's a problem. That's not good. Oh man.
It's
So
a solution. It's a
I mean,
solution.
it really did
It's a
feel like
problem that you want to have.
it's yeah, kind of. I mean, I'm not mad about it. So I think I finally had about 3 days straight of not drinking, but we all know that's gonna end
Jesus.
tomorrow.
Thanks for your service. Oh my God.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm ready for it.
Lord. So that's, listen, I mean, just thoughts and prayers to you while you're in Vegas. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, don't do anything we wouldn't do, which is literally like fucking nothing. So
that is a very short list.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great trip.
You're just gonna come back with $245 worth of Ubers and you know, probably a little bit of shame.
Probably.
Yeah, but I think that's healthy.
Hopefully.
I think those are probably the number one souvenirs from Vegas.
Totally.
Allie, let's hear about your weekend quick, and then we're gonna talk about our giveaway.
I ate a lot of Chinese food and I got a haircut.
Really quickly, what is your favorite Chinese food to eat? Give us like the standard.
Oh my God, was this our first episode? This is our first episode of the podcast.
Yep.
We talked about this.
Yes, it was. It was episode number 2 actually. It was episode number 2 because we had Kate on, Strawberry Shortcake, another friend of the program.
Right, you're right.
And it was because the episode was something in Crab Rangoons. It was like, you know, co-op and Crab Rangoons or something like that.
Yes, that's what it was.
We're big Chinese food guys. So what's your regular Chinese food order?
My go-to is General Tso's and egg drop soup. But I tried some seafood delight because it sounded delightful, and it was. So, yeah. Just trying new things, trying to branch out.
That's it. I'm a big Chinese food guy.
Is it okay if I use the toilet real quick?
Yeah, do that, because now we're gonna talk. Now we're gonna go quickly.
You realize Chris disappears for 15 minutes at a time.
Yeah, at least you asked. Yeah, go ahead. Just combat roll. You're good. We're gonna do our giveaway real quick. So you're good. You're good. Go ahead. Go do your thing. And
make it rain like Oprah.
Yeah, we'll do that. Also, Kowloon is mad overrated. Don't even bring the Kowloon into this conversation. So a lot of you may know this, but we sometimes, very rarely, every once in a blue moon, every so often, we give away things for free. We just give shit out because we just give. That is just all we do. And it has gotten to the point now where, like, every other episode of the podcast, we're either announcing a giveaway or, like, announcing the winner of our last giveaway.
Oh my God, but you know what's crazy about that?
What?
We might even do both this episode.
Literally, that's actually a thing that we could possibly do because we have shit just fucking stacking up. People are like, just please give our shit away, please. So we have a monitor mount, which you might have heard of. If you listen to the beginning of this podcast, you might have learned how Echogear monitor mounts changed Chris's life and saved him from literal crippling, debilitating scoliosis.
I need to go back and listen to this so bad.
Literally a life-changing product. Echogear monitor mounts, they are so easy to set up, and the service is the support is so great. And we love them so much that we are going to give one away for free. For the past couple weeks, we have had some people. I'm actually you might see it on your screen right now because I'm going to look in the chat right now in our giveaway channel on our Discord. We've had some people that have shared with us pictures of their battle stations. I actually put it on our Twitter like a couple of weeks ago. We had a few people share their battle stations with us. And the idea was, hey, post a picture of your battle station. Tell us why you need an Echogear monitor mount, and we will give one away. We're going to give you a mount so that way you can complete your station. And we've seen some pretty baller stations. We had one guy who's got literally 4 monitors, looking like the NSA headquarters in his basement. Lucy, do you have any? Lucy, as our very good friend from Echogear, did you have any favorites that stuck out at you?
You know, I had a couple. So I'm gonna scroll through it too now. Let me refresh my memory. So yeah, I see one with 5 monitors. That's pretty damn impressive. Blackie Chan 2005, like that's legit. And I'm kind of it looks like he's already got some mounts going here, and I'm here for it. There's a lot going in there that I'm pretty proud of already. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty interesting. I always like helping the underdogs, the guys that have like the crappy setups. You got to help those guys.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I'm about to insult people because I'm about to call out the bad setups. That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, you know
yeah.
who you are.
I mean, Chuck MD's got like just the single SAD monitor going. He's got a really nice desk set up. It's nice and clean. It's not bad.
Yep, yep.
So I mean, those two were pretty impressive. Sort of the same thing going on with Bavad 000K. He just cleaned it up today.
Yep,
he made it nice for us, guys.
Made it nice. Make it nice.
That's our pal Brendan Gillen.
Yep.
Oh.
Brendan, that's a pretty nice little setup right there. He's got like a rubber band ball on his desk, so big shout out to. Oh no, that's a little Jason thing. I didn't like zoom in on the pictures.
I thought it was a rubber band ball too.
Yep. I do like that. That's definitely up there for me. You know, Bobby B. Dennis, one of our good pals here as well. Great little like boom mic setup that I'm looking at right here. But those monitors just look that is one cluttered desk. I'm gonna tell you something.
I agree.
That's a cluttered desk, and I don't know. I mean, you might need 3 monitor mounts. Honest to God, I don't know. You might need 3. You might have to win this giveaway.
Wait. Let me tell you something real quick.
What?
Let me tell you something.
Echogear has a triple monitor mount.
You don't say. Is that true, Lucy?
It is true. We have single, double, and triple monitor setups.
Oh,
it's amazing.
Dear Lord, my sweet gentle Jesus,
I know.
That could be. I mean, hey, listen. I mean, I think we need to do some deliberation, and figure out a winner here, because we have a lot of different great setups, and I don't want to judge it based on just the ones that need the most help, because everybody got an entry here. Bubba clearly has no lights in his room. That's a really tough setup. So if we ever do like an electricity giveaway, we partner with National Grid and we get him a fucking electrical setup. The poor kid dancing in the dark over there. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. And it looks like I mean, you don't want to talk about we actually, man, you know what, we really should have like set up some good time for this so we can actually just roast people's setups, because Bubba's got like a pack of Black and Milds. There's an Xbox case that I'm looking at. There's like a piece of gum that's stuck under something. I mean, I'm kind of I can't even look at these anymore.
This is good. He deserves all of this. He gives me shit for my fucking mic every single day.
Bubba, I love Bubba. I love him. We love you, Bob. Actually, the mayor of Beachmont, which is the capital of Revere, so everybody knows that. And Chuck MD has the same mic as me, so big shout out to him. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good, but it is kind of cluttered. I don't know. Here, I'm gonna text you guys in the group chat real quick, and we're gonna deliberate. Do you guys, Rob or Chris, do you have any favorites? Any ones that you think?
I mean, I'm gonna be pretty honest. Some of them are kind of sad, and I think you need a mount. I mean, it's just enough to get by now, but you can bring your life and your gaming setup to the next level with one of these motherfucking stands, kid. And,
I mean, epic mounts make everything better.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Everything. Whole life gets better. I don't know.
Everything.
In real life and in game. Guaranteed. Or your money back.
That's true. The possibilities are endless, really, when you think about it.
All right. Dom's votes are in.
My votes are in, so I just texted you guys.
Uh-oh.
This is very intense.
Yeah, this is a very intense huddle.
I'm so tense.
Those are my votes right there.
Look at Bubba tossing in a
color photo incoming.
I know, I love that.
Oh my God, which pixel is your computer? Poor kid.
Oh wow.
Sick American spirits, bro.
Look at that. I thought those were Newports for a second. I got excited.
Give this man the gold. Winner.
All right.
Chris, get some. Yeah. Okay. We've got a pretty tight running here. I could flip a coin, honestly.
Ooh.
Drum roll.
Uh-oh. It's very close.
For those, I'm only going to reveal one person's vote, and it was Rob's, who said, "I don't care."
No.
All right.
Wait, you cut out! You cut out!
Was that on purpose?
Don't do this.
Maybe. All right. I'm gonna flip a coin here. I'm gonna flip a coin. We have it down to. Wait. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. 1 second.
This is not good.
This is very good. This is very good. There's gonna be somebody who's very happy.
This is so ungood.
Joe, Jesus, Bubba's getting roasted from other people in the chat right now. It says, Jesus, this guy's setup looks like it's in a meth lab.
Oh no.
Cold-blooded.
All right. I think I've decided.
I think.
All right.
What did you say, Chris?
I know. I was just gonna say what the group chat was all about out loud, and then I realized that probably isn't the best thing.
He's about to say what
And
I do that all the time.
And then
right?
I remembered how social interactions work.
Yeah.
Good catch, Chris.
Bandwidth.
That's
Bandwidth is
me
hard.
normally.
All right. So look
Super
at Dom's text with both of the names. 1 for number 1, 2 for number 2, and then we'll pick from there. Does that make any sense?
This is making it so much more confusing.
Well, I mean, we haven't decided. Oh, yeah, we have.
All right, so hold on a second here. 1 and 2. Just shout it out.
Oh, 1.
Yeah, let's go with 1.
Bert?
I gotta go with 2.
Oh man.
See, I kind of like 2 as well.
Fuck!
Should we make Allie do it? I don't have
Yes.
Allie in here. Hold on a second. Allie, I'm gonna text you, and you're gonna be the deciding vote. This is impartial because you don't know either of these
man.
people.
Great.
Um,
Hope I don't receive any hate mail.
are you can see the giveaways channel, right?
Oh, what?
In our Discord.
What? Let me scroll down here.
Take a look. There's 2 people that I'm gonna have you.
Click the linkaroo. Wait, where is it?
This is oh god.
Did
I
you
don't
link
like
the
it. I don't-
Discord anywhere? I don't know.
Aren't you in it?
Oh,
Because I
there
invited
it
you.
is.
This is very
No, this is just a group
stressful
chat.
for Bob.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. I don't-
Yeah, it's on our giveaways, the like hash brown giveaway channel.
I mean, we're about to ruin lives. Like, this is serious.
This is impartial.
This is a lot of pressure. I don't know if I can handle it.
That's
I
all you
tend
gotta
to
do
be
is say
in
1 or 2.
All my decisions.
First day back on Twitch, and this is what happened. This is why we can't have nice things. What's the short link for it? And I'll just type it in. Is it just for the Discord?
Here I'll give you.
You know?
It was up there.
Do you know it?
Actually,
For
we don't have
anybody
it on.
listening right now who doesn't know what's going on,
Discord.gg.
because you're listening to this after the fact, we're doing an Echogear mount giveaway, right? And we've narrowed it down to 2 people in the community that have entered this giveaway
You like
to
to
determine who is going to win a computer monitor mount. And this is one of the most stressful deliberations I've ever been a part of in my entire life. If I was on the O.J. Simpson jury duty trial, I think that might have gone easier for me.
Agreed. I feel the same.
Almost
hurts.
Very
there.
intense.
I just sent you the pictures.
Oh, great. Well, whichever happens first.
I like
There
that
we
she
go.
sings things. I do that too.
It makes life better for me and
It
not for
does.
everyone around me.
All right,
but
what's the
we're all trying to survive.
give us the verdict.
Oh my god, definitely 2.
Oh no.
Wait, are we talking about like the whole setup?
The
Or,
yeah, like the username. Yeah, give me the you can either shout it out or you you mean because you're or just text it to me.
I mean, just because of The Shining, I have to go with 2. That
Yeah.
poster, though.
That's it. That is a tiebreaker right there. Brendan Gillen,
Also the
one of our
lights.
boys, one of our good pals. Actually, everybody here, you're all our friends. We love you very much. And
You're both
friends, you
winners,
guys are
but
both
not
winners,
really.
except not you, Bubba, right now. But we love you a lot. We had it split right down the middle, and the tiebreaker goes to Brendan Gillen. So thank you for the entries, everybody. Brendan, we're going to contact you. You're going to get a free Echogear mount. We're really excited about that, and hopefully you can start getting your streams off the ground. We really appreciate everybody entering, and we have another. Bob, you want to give us like a quick rundown of what's coming next?
Oh my God! Didn't we just give something away?
We did. I'm kind of tired of giving shit away.
Oh my God, Chris, how do you feel about giving things away?
I mean, I personally really enjoy it. I think we do it pretty often. I mean.
Yeah.
I'd be down to keep it up again. I mean, do it.
All right.
again.
Yeah. So let's just tell Dom to shut up, Dom. You can't be exhausted from this. We need to give more things away. Hold up. Wow. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I had so much space on my desk from these incredible Echogear mounts that have created so much extra space on my desk. Because where else would I be able to keep these Earthfall codes, beta codes?
Earthfall.
That we're gonna give away.
You mean
Earthfall.
You mean Earthfall, the new game that's coming out soon from HoloSpark?
What?
HoloSpark is a developer.
What in
isn't
the
it?
butt?
There you go. Yeah, you keep cutting out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So Earthfall, by HoloSpark, created by HoloSpark, essentially Left 4 Dead with aliens. Game was fucking incredible. We put the interview in one of the post packs episodes, so you could check that out.
Packs.
Yes, but right
Snick
now
pics.
I'm staring at this piece of paper, and there's so many numbers and so many letters and some dashes thrown in between, and I think they give you access to the closed beta.
Huh. It's almost like, wait, if by closed, do you mean that that's not open to the public?
I think that's specifically exactly 100% what that means.
So
Rob, honestly, you might be one of the most selfless people I've ever met in my life. You, Rob. I mean, you just give until you. That's all you do.
Such a
and
giver.
It's so inspiring for me to see. I mean, I know I talk about you and your girlfriend, how inspiring you guys are.
Fucking son of a bitch.
You Rob. I mean, it's crazy. You just give to the SIGs, and I mean, I respect it. You're inspiring. But continue. Sorry to cut you off. I just became taken over with all emotion. And I just had to let you know how I felt about you. You don't look that great tonight, but you're doing good things for the game.
my fucking god. So we've got a handful of Earthfall codes that we're going to give away. Closed beta, which means the first part means that it's not open to everybody, and the second part means you're going to be able to play this game before it comes out. So this is pretty dope.
It's pretty cool.
And we're going to put up the details, I guess, on Twitter tonight.
Yeah, I mean, either tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
We'll do it in the morning.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Also,
need
while
my
they
12.
listen to this, they can enter the giveaway.
I know. I'm just looking at the amount of sleep that I'm going to get tonight dwindling by the second. Brendan, thank you for entering. Actually, everybody, thank you for entering. And we're going to contact you soon about this brand new Echogear mount that we're going to send your way. So, and thank you, Lucy, for helping to set this up. We appreciate you.
Yeah. We should do this again sometime since, you just give and you give and you give.
We just give.
I cannot help it. Okay.
Just a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'll fuck somebody up any day.
I mean, he's both, but he's still very giving.
Yeah, I'll give though.
It's balance. You need both.
If and when you survive Vegas, we'll talk.
I'm excited for you. That's awesome.
Lucy,
We're talking about Brendan.
No, Vegas. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. If I win big, mounts for everybody.
No, just give me the $20. $20 is fine.
$20 is fine. Yeah, okay. I'll Venmo you. I'll just Venmo you.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Booze and hoons this weekend.
Yeah. It's gonna come around like Saturday at 2 a.m. So, it'll be like, yeah, I won. So here you go.
I won like thousands of dollars, but here's your $20 of the share.
Yeah.
I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, exactly. I'm literally dollar drafts and sliders. You get your boy going. So congrats, Brendan.
Kicked out of Coogan's at 1 p.m.
Oh, listen, let's not talk about that.
Did you say Bennigan's?
No, Coogan's.
Oh, I got so excited.
It's kind of like Bennigan's, but you can also smoke indoors. So Let's
Excellent.
since we've been live for this is probably like our longest episode ever without an interview. We are gonna wrap up episode 80 of Not Another Gaming Podcast with a little segment that we like to call Wicked Good Gaming. Send it. And if you're new to the show, this is actually our very end where we will quickly shout out some people and or things that we enjoy and that we are who we are friends with or shit like that. We're gonna shout people out. Allie, since you're our guest, why don't you go first? Go ahead and plug whatever you'd like to plug. Shout out whoever you want to shout out.
Yes. First of all, shout out to Cyberpunk, the reveal for Microsoft with the command prompt in the /hacks. That was awesome, and I didn't get to talk about it much, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Blade Runner style looking awesomeness. Also shout out to all of my people from the Discord who came and checked out the pod tonight. Shout out to Plaid for helping out, and Dapper Game Boy, and I think Gold too. But you guys can catch me on twitch.tv/AllieBakes. I'm gonna start streaming again on there, so hopefully I'll see you there.
Lit. Go
Thanks
check
for
her out,
having
and
me,
it's
guys.
Allie Bakes on like every social media outlet, right?
All the things.
All that stuff, right?
Yeah, it's either Allie Bakes or Allie's Got Game.
Yeah, lit.
It's so lit. But if you just go to my Twitter, Allie Bakes, all my links are there, alliebakes.com. Connect with me. That'll be so lit.
MySpace.com/Allie Bakes. You know what I mean? Go do that.
Don't do that ever.
Oh, it's that's the next episode. We're gonna just go through everybody's old MySpace profiles. It's gonna be terrible.
No. Leave mine dead and gone. It stays buried forever.
Oh god, it's like the
I'm
diamond.
gonna
in the rough.
contact Justin Timberlake specifically, personally, to delete it for me.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Allie Baker. Thank you for coming on. We appreciate you. Thanks for making the time. Thanks for coming through.
I appreciate you guys. I was taking a big old break, so it was nice to come back to some familiar faces and some old ones too.
Yeah,
I couldn't
absolutely.
have thought a better way to come back to Twitch.
And we'll do it again. We have so
I'm
many other
honored.
things to talk about, so many other games to talk about, so many other like everythings to talk about. So we're
So many more butt jokes. Like we didn't even skim the surface of butt jokes. So next time, like everybody, just be ready.
Wow,
you know?
zero.
Serious bummer.
0 out of 10. Unsubscribe.
I love it.
Give your
Love
girlfriend her
Yes.
Amazon Prime subscription back and unsubscribe from us. Big shout out to
You're
Lucy
welcome.
from Echogear. Thank you again for dropping by. Big shout out to your pet raccoon. That is a pretty
Yes!
cool animal that you have there.
I got so excited.
Big shout out.
I really wish it was a raccoon.
Shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. We had a lot of people from Baker Company here, showing love. So, thank you for showing us love and for the follows and shit like that we got. Big ol' shout out to you guys.
Big old butts.
And shout out to Bubba Sack, twitch.tv/BubbaSack. Go check him out. I once gave Bubba a piggyback ride at the 338 Bar and Grill, and he once stapled his bar tab to his forehead at Coogan's. And so living
like a
legend.
true champ.
When you think about when you
Bubba Sack,
National
the
treasure.
Beach Mud King.
yeah when
The
you
Beach Mud King.
when you talk about legends, you have to mention him. So get the name right, Bubba Sack on Twitch. Go check him out. He streams and shit, and he was also on Wicked Tuna on TV. So
He still is.
He still is.
What?
Guy
What about
is
Tuner?
the guy is literally my gray hair icon. So I just like every time I get a new gray hair, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be like Bubba someday. So big shout out to Bubba. And Rob, what do you got?
Of course, a big shout out to Allie and Lucy for coming on again. Thank you for being a first-time guest. I'm gonna point down. I'm gonna point in the direction that everyone's in. Thank you for being a first-time guest. Thank you for helping to promote. Hold on, I gotta go past Chris. Thank you for helping to promote the Echogear giveaway.
It looks. I don't. I think it looks different on the actual podcast, though.
It's all right. Just keep going.
Yeah, fuck
Fine,
it,
just
whatever.
forget about it. You guys
so,
are
yeah.
watching the wrong edition. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh well, they'll figure it out.
It's like the Brady
Um,
Bunch.
Yeah, everyone just started looking in opposite directions.
Yeah, it's fine.
Of course, I have to give a big shout out to Bubba every single time Look, I was pulling for you, pal. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, we can get hammered and maybe baked again at some point this weekend. And I don't
Jesus
know.
Christ.
Let's talk about like less disturbing things this time. But yeah, check them out. Twitch.tv/Bubba.
So don't watch Death Stranding.
Yeah. Just don't ever.
I'm still too confused by that game. But yeah, and thank you for the people from Hollow Spark. I'm gonna see if I can get a rep, game developer, lead developer.
Lead game developer.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I'm gonna see if I can get someone from Hollow Spark to come on for the giveaway. But yeah, thanks for them because we are gonna be giving away Earthfall codes.
Ooh.
Oh yes. Chris, what do you got?
Boop boop.
So I'm a man of my word. I shout out absolutely fucking no one unless they subscribe to us on YouTube, and we have a new comment and a new sub on YouTube. So I'm going to shout him out. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name because it looks like the first 5 letters spelled douche, but I think it's French. And it's Duchess new. I need help with the pronunciation.
I might be able to help.
Hold on.
What's the comment?
All right, so I just wrote it in the Discord chat.
Dushanu? Dushanu?
Dushanu?
Zoe
Dushanu.
Deschanel.
There it is! Like, very
like
accurate.
Zoe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So shout out to Jacob Dushanu. He wrote to us on YouTube saying, I just found your podcast on Spotify. I'm only on episode 3 and I'm in love with it. Best thing I listen to while I'm on my way to work.
Yes, the French!
So shout out to you. I'm sorry for making fun of the first 5 letters of your name, but I hope you can understand.
Well,
Please
he's only
understand.
on episode 3. He's still getting.
He's not going to hear this
okay.
until like mid 2020.
As long as it's
Oh,
self-deprecating humor, it's
You
usually
should-
fine.
Yeah. And we do have a Chris, what is our YouTube page again?
I think you just type in Wicked Good Gaming. I don't know how YouTube works.
Yeah, it's like clearly.
No. We figured that out.
And we just got a
Proud
new
of
sub by
you.
Joe Degatti. Our boy Joe Degatti.
Shout out to Joe. Lucy, what do you got?
Well, obviously, a return shout out to you guys. Thanks again for having me on. It was a lot of fun.
Yes.
Always is a lot of fun. I'm excited to be here.
You really
But also, shout out to Allie Bakes. Hello, new best friend.
Yay!
Yeah. So yeah, this was a fun week, and other shout outs. I don't have any. Let's just move on.
Yeah, I like it. I'm ready to like move on to
Shout
my
out
fucking
to
bed.
Diseased Mega Sloth.
Yeah,
There
shout
it
out
is.
Disease Mega
That's
Sloth.
it.
Twitch.tv/.
Shout out to the raccoon on the back of my couch.
Yes!
Yeah, exactly. Big shout out to that.
Shout out to all of the cats.
Yep. Yes.
All of them.
Yes. Look at you guys. Look at this. See, look at this is what we
Told
do.
you, best friends. BFFs.
Not another gaming podcast. We bring people together. That's what we do. We just give shit away and bring people together. My God, they better save some sainthood. I don't know how sainthood works. I don't know if it's like in the NBA where you just every team gets to retire the number once, but I mean they might have to replace the Saint Christopher, Saint Robert, and Saint Dominic with, you know what I'm saying? Because we're fucking out here. So big shout out to everybody who tuned in tonight. And if you haven't tuned into the podcast before, this is where I get really close to the microphone and get real intimate because you need to understand this information. Twitch.tv/WickedGoodGaming every Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes Wednesdays, like right now. That's because, you know, just shit happens. Just fucking bear with me. But every Friday, you're going to get the nice, hot, freshly baked, not like Rob, but, you know, the other kind, episode of the podcast in your podcast inbox. Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, iTunes, everything. Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, everything. We're on there. Not Another Gaming Podcast. We are out here so fucking heavy. If you're the type of person that complains about women being in video games, unfollow us on all social media networks. It's at Wicked Good Gaming on Instagram, Facebook.com/WickedGoodGaming. Twitter is at Wicked Good Games because Jack just doesn't care about my happiness and can't raise the character limit for our Twitter name by 1 fucking character. And make sure that you follow our friends. Come in the chat, twitch.tv/WickedGoodGaming. Check us out, Booze Days with Dr. Bob every Tuesday.
Show Bobs!
Show Bobs.
Show Bobs!
Gorgeous Bobs.
Gorgeous Bobs. Our man.
Sexy
Gorgeous.
Bobs.
Oh,
Let me
boy.
see those
Here we go.
Bobs!
Oh my God. Yeah,
Show me all your
go check it out.
bombs.
Tuesday nights, Booze Days with Dr. Bob, twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. Tell him to show him your feet. You know what I mean?
No.
And tell him Papa Dom sent you. Until then, every week we've got content for you, and big shout out to everybody who's listening for the first time. Tell your friends, tell your nana, tell your auntie, you know.
Tell your kitties.
Yep, you know what I mean? Tell the people who are, if you're at a barbecue this summer, tell people if they're flipping burgers more than once that they deserve to be executed. And that's pretty much all I got, really. I think that's, anybody have anything else? Any last words? Because I'm about to fucking shut the stream off and go to bed.
No.
Bye.
Goodbye. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Same.
Bye.
I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I've been holding this pee in for way too long.
Relatable.